What's going on, Immortals? Bishy Bosh here, and today I'm just going to talk you through my everyday Necromancer build. So, a little bit of backstory behind the build first. So, as all Necromancers do, I started playing a Summoner, and I really enjoyed that for a period of time, but then it got to a point, and I'm just like, hey, I'm not really enjoying this playstyle anymore. What else is there for the Necromancer? I looked at the essences and stuff like that. I watched a few videos online and couldn't exactly find something I really liked the playstyle of. So I put this together. So maybe it's something you might enjoy also. So let's run through the skills first of all. So we got Wraith Form, Bone Spikes, Dark Curse, Corpse Lance, and Bone Spear. Okay, now so let's have a look at the gear. So on the greens, you want a 6-piece grace set. Okay, because this build is focusing on continual damage, persistent ground damage, etc., damage over time. This is absolutely essential. Really makes this build shine. Okay, so for the headpiece, we're going to go with the Malacluse. This makes our bone spikes into pulsating spikes, so continual damage. Okay, for the shoulders, we're going with Linger Mantle so that we can increase the duration of our Dark Curse. Chest, we're going with Gallows Born so that when we use Wraith Form, we can drop corpses behind us so that we can feed our Corpse Lance. Mournful Destroyer for the pants so that we can turn our Dark Curse into a damage over time or continual damage. Blightmaw for the main hand, so that we can turn our Bone Spear into a damage over time as well. And then we've got One Arm Devourer for the offhand, so that we can turn our Corpse Lancers into a little AoE continual damage as well. So let's just get straight into a little bit of gameplay and give you a look at the build in action. So the idea is to use Wraith Form as mobility, get your places, drop the corpses, and then throw the Corpse Lance in front of you, aggro the monsters in front of you, and then kite them back into the AoEs, layer your AoEs on top of each other, and just keep kiting monsters into the same area. As you can see, dropping the abilities and just circling around, kiting everybody in. Layering your abilities when you have time. Try and kite the monster in. Alright, we've got time to hit some primary attacks here. There we go. On to the next group. Kite your monsters down into all your AoEs. Keep them there. Layer more. Sorry, I'm new to using a controller, so my aim is a little bit off. Don't hold that against me. Waller. Alright, pop out of there. So the blue lightnings you can see coming from the sky, that's the 4-piece grace set activating. And every now and then you'll see a massive lightning bolt like that just there. That's the 6-piece of grace set activating, stunning him for a short period of time. Oh, taking some big damage. We are in high difficulty here, guys, so can be expected. Take some damage, possibly take a death at some point. Hopefully not for the video. There we go. Let's keep going. So as you can see, it's a different sort of a playstyle, but it's really quite fun when you get used to it. You know, dropping everything, running around, wraithing around, being like a little squirrel. Alright, so now we got the boss. Who have we got? We've got Bale, every necromancer's favourite boss. Alright, so we're going to wraith around. Make sure you wraith either in a circle or back and forward so that you get the maximum number of corpses dropped from the ground. If you just hit your wraith form and stay stationary, you're not going to get that at all. Alright, so you want to move around when you hit wraith, drop some corpses. So when it comes to boss situations, so like for dungeons or for challenge rifts, I like to use this setup with wraith form and Gallowsborn chest. However, for a farming situation, I'll show you in a second what I prefer. So there you go, there's a challenge rift. Okay, so we've gone over to the Essence NPC now, and what we're going to do is we're going to change over our chess piece. And what we're going to change it to is this one here, Silk Strider. Okay, so this is what I run. Change our skills. Bone armor. So this is what I run when I use this build for farming. Okay, so this turns the bone armor now into a parasitic armor, which deals continual damage over some time. Boom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find a spot that's good for farming, and I'm just going to demonstrate how this works in overworld farming situations. So give me 1 second. Everywhere's so crowded these days, so we've jumped over to Hull 8, and we're going to go to the Forest of Misery and just demonstrate how this build works in a farming situation. So the only difference here, we don't have the wraith form dropping the corpses, so our corpse generation at the moment is going to be that bone armor when it explodes. So but the main point with this is we're just going to go from spawn point to spawn point, dropping an AoE and kind of moving on, maybe shooting a couple primaries behind us as we go. That way we can keep our kill streak up and that sort of thing. So let's get right into it, guys. Alright, so boom, AoE, drop an AoE, drop an AoE, things start dying. There we go, we've got corpses, throw that. Another AoE, generate more corpses. Now, the beauty of this setup I've got at the moment for farming is, I guess, the gem setup I run. I mean, I'm no big spender, as you can see, with my wings and everything like that. So, just to explain, with my farming build, the way it works, you drop the AoEs and run off. As you can see, things just die behind you. Drop more AoEs. You know, things aren't dying a bit. Drop them another AoE, keep moving on. And we can quite easily keep our kill streak up this way without running a massacre tree or anything like that. Okay, so I'm just in Vanquisher at the moment. And we drop AoEs and we move on. So, although we're in the middle of a quest, so we're kind of trapped in this little area at the moment. Give me a second. Alright, we just got ourselves out of that. Didn't want to show you killing all that. This is a bit of annoying. So again, you know, we're dropping AoEs. Boom. And just moving on. See, and we just keep going. As always, when overworld farming, guys, go pick up your loot on the next turn round, so you can keep that efficiency with the kills. And you can see here how I can quite easily just drop abilities and move on. The guy's being a little stubborn. There we go. Again, sorry, my controller gameplay is not the best, guys. It's not usually this I don't usually take this much damage when I'm playing on the iPad, so. But as you can see, drop the abilities, move along, move along. Nothing to see here. So yeah, that's this build in a farming situation. Alright, so let's head to town. Let's get the shrine, get to town real quick. Okay, so now we're back in town. The only other thing I wanted to show you would be the ancestral property I'm running. So, the ancestral property I'm running with is this Unleash the Ancestral Power. So, in close areas, you get like this bit of a fart wind going out and you stun people around you. It can be really good in farming situations and stuff with this build to give you another sort of a protection layer there. And so also actually I just wanted to quickly talk about the gems and why this build really works like it does when I'm farming, and how I can just drop an AoE and kind of leave most of the time, is the Seeping Bile and the Volatility Shard. So that's just going to make things explode behind you. Really cool gems. That's going to be it for this video anyway, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you gained something from it. So yeah, if you're bored of the Summoner, or you just want to try something different with the Necromancer, hey, give my damage over time video a watch and give this build a try. Alright, peace out, guys.